Hi there, hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss what are pivot points in technical indicators. So let's see what it is. So what are technical indicators? Technical indicators are used as an aid or additional assistance to our basic technical analysis to consolidate our trade analysis. And technical indicators boost up your confidence for a profitable trade. Number two, which is very important. Your technical analysis must be done in this order. Number one, you have to check news on Forex Factory. You have to mark your support and resistance levels on the price chart, and you also have to mark your high and high low if it's an uptrend, and low high and low low if it's a downtrend, and also try to identify if there are any trend lines and trend channels. And in the end, we try to put some moving averages to consolidate our technical analysis. And if all this is done, then you can add an extra layer of technical indicators. So okay, pivot points. What are pivot points? So pivot point number one, a pivot point is a technical analysis indicator which determines the overall trend of the market. And number two, the pivot point is the average of high, low, and closing price of the previous trading day. So this point is very important to understand pivot points. Number two, the pivot point is actually the average of high, low, and closing price of the previous trading day. Okay, so whenever we talk about pivot points, we are talking about previous day, high, low, and closing price, average of that. Number three, in addition, further, there are three support levels, S1, S2, and S3, and three resistance levels, R1, R2, and R3, are added to this technical analysis whenever we use pivot point or we apply pivot point or any price chart. Number four, trading above the pivot point is thought to indicate ongoing bullish sentiment, while trading below the pivot point indicates bearish sentiment. So if there is a pivot point line, if the price is above pivot point, then it means it is a bullish sentiment, the market is bullish. If it is below the pivot point, then it means the market is bearish. Number five, usually pivot points are calculated using previous day candle, but weekly and monthly pivot points can be calculated using previous weeks or previous months candle, but usually practices you applied on a day candle, previous day's candle. So these are some of the formulas that go behind calculating pivot points. So when we are talking about standard pivot points, these are all the formulas. You can look at it. I mean, when you are applying a pivot point on your price chart, you don't have to go in the back and do all these calculations. You just apply pivot point and everything is done. It's all automated. This is just for your theoretical understanding that how this is calculated, these standard pivot points. And then there is another type of pivot point which is called weighted pivot points, and number three is median pivot points. So these are all the formulations or calculations that go behind the scene. Usually we use standard pivot points. Okay, there are some pivot point basic rules that you need to understand. Number one, pivot point is the average of high, low, and close of the previous day candle. Very important. Average of the high, low, and close of the previous day candle. Number two, if the price opens above PP means pivot point level, then the market is bullish. You will find buy opportunity. Number three, if the price opens below PP level, then the market is bearish and you will find sale opportunity. So these 3 points you need to remember whenever you are using pivot points. Okay, this is how it looks like. This is just a graph. We will also look at the real price chart. So you see this is the price movement going on, and then this is the previous day, and then this is the current day. Okay, and when we apply pivot point on our price chart, go to the technical indicator and apply pivot points, then this is how it displays on your chart. So this is the PP level, this is the resistance R1, R2, R3, and below it's S1, S2, S3 as support level. So this is how it actually works. Okay, now we look at actually the all this display on a actual price chart. So this is your Euro USD H1 price chart, and when we apply pivot points, so you see these are these separators, these dotted lines, it actually gives us that this is one day, right? And these are some red lines, this is one blue line, and some green lines below. So blue line is like in the middle, and then red lines above, and then green lines below, and these are just separators. So you see these two separators tell us that this is the day of 7th of April, right? And then there is like Saturday or Sunday, and after that it's Monday, the 10th of April. So now let's apply pivot point. So when we apply pivot point, this blue line is your average middle PP pivot point line. This red line is your resistance level 1, this is your resistance level 2, and this is your resistance level 3. And in the same way, what is happening below pivot point level, this is your S1, this is your S2, and somewhere below here it will be S3. So this is how actually it displays on your price chart when you apply pivot points. Okay, now bullish pivot point scenario, what is that? So this is the previous day price, right? And this is the price going on when we apply pivot point. So you see this is your pivot point level, but the price has actually opens above the pivot point level. So this is where the price was previous day, it has opened above, then it means then the market will be bullish. So you see this is bullish pivot point scenario. So this is how it will go up. So it will be, we will try to find a buy opportunity. In the same way, like on the price chart, you can see over here, this is your PP level over here, blue line, and the price opens above the PP line. Here the price opens above PP level, so it will be bullish trend. Now the other scenario is bearish pivot point. So this was the previous day price was here when we apply pivot point. So see the price has opened below the pivot point level. If the price opens below pivot point level, then the market will be bearish. So this is how the market is bearish and the price is going downward, and we will try to find a sale opportunity in this case. And when you look at the actual price chart, so when we apply here, so this is your PP level, the blue line, and when we apply here, the price has actually opened opened below the blue line, so it means the market will be bearish. So here the price opens below pivot point level, so it will be a bearish trend. So you see the price has gone down, so then we can take a sale opportunity. Okay, all right, I will conclude here. I hope you like the video. I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye bye.